What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mogul Monday, where today we have another video just for you where we'll discuss one of the most important topics in tech and one which might just change the world. So let's get right into it. Apple has recently been named as the most valuable brand in the world for the 10th year in a row. And with the iPhone still just as popular and stuff like AirPods and the Apple Watch becoming household names, Apple is no doubt the biggest tech company in the world. And if you look back a couple of decades, the impact they've had on technology is staggering. From being the ones who introduced smartphones to the ones who popularized Ultrabooks and the use of AI assistants like Siri, they've impacted the lives of everyone on the planet. So, in today's video, we're going to be going over some of the ways we think that Apple is going to shape our future as tech users as well as people in this growing global village of technology. As always, be sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. With that done, let's jump into the video. Augmented reality. During the past 2 to 3 decades, technology and screens have replaced a major part of the so-called real world as we spend a lot more time in the digital world as compared to the real physical one. And with technologies like wearables and especially VR, some might assume that the future that awaits us will be completely digital. Apple, however, has other plans, and that is in the form of AR, or augmented reality. AR is something between VR and the real world, in that it brings digital elements into the real world to create mixed places, kind of like Pokemon Go, only much more useful and powerful. And while companies like Microsoft and Google are left trying to develop cutting-edge technology, Apple has started by introducing it to the world's most popular phone in the form of iPhone AR Engine. And though it might look like it's not that impressive right now, over time, with enough developers on board, which Apple will manage due to its large user base, you can expect that AR will become more and more common and powerful because of that. Proof of this can be seen by the fact that it has been rumored that Apple is looking to acquire Magic Leap, a cutting-edge AR company, which they will integrate into their growing ecosystem. As a result, expect your future to have more of the real world and your real world to have more digital. From virtual screens floating in the air to advanced holographs like imaging, nothing is off the table. Multiplatform apps. The next thing you can expect to see might be coming much sooner than you expect. In fact, it is in some way already here. 10 years ago, when asked what devices someone used and for what, the answer was pretty clear. Tablets for games and watching movies, laptops for word processing and coding, and phones for communication, social media, and the rest. But as some of you might have started noticing, that line has started to blur. Now there's a large number of people who do spreadsheets and word processing right on their phones, and things like digital art, graphic design, and coding are getting more popular on the iPad. Not to mention that your laptops are starting to act less as dedicated work machines to just a larger screen for whatever you do otherwise. The point is that much of what we did on separate devices is now available on all of them. And it looks to me like Apple's going to double down on that in the form of multi-platform apps. Here's what I really mean. We all use WhatsApp on our phones, but on a laptop, I'm forced to use the web version. While the opposite is also true, with the mobile versions of Microsoft Office much weaker than the desktop ones. Apple, on the other hand, with the introduction of their M1 chips, allows you to run any iPad or iOS app natively on your Mac. This is huge, as it means that in the future, there won't be any distinction between the apps on each device. Instead, you'll be able to do what you were doing on your phone immediately on your laptop without any delay, causing a shift from specialized apps to more general day-to-day apps that have a lot less confusion. Wearable tech. I think everyone watching this video has seen some show or movie set in the future where they only use everything from their smartwatch, or have special heads-up displays that display information in midair. Sounds familiar, right? Well, as it turns out, that dream is getting much closer to reality than we might imagine. And that is in the form of wearable tech, which is surprisingly the only tech industry where Apple has next to no competition. And that is largely in part due to the Apple Watch. A few years back, there were dozens of different smartwatches, from Samsung's Gear to Motorola's famous round smartwatch. But as time has gone on, although the other companies still make smartwatches, they are nothing in comparison to the Apple Watch. Here's a statistic for you. Apple is not only the biggest tech company, but also the world's biggest watch company. Apple analyst Gene Muster told Tech Insider that according to him, although the Apple Watch right now is just a window into our phone, in the future, we can expect it to be part of a large uniform system with all the parts playing together to create a larger, more powerful digital world. And as many sources have pointed out, Apple is preparing for the end of the iPhones, and what'll come will not be based on another phone or tablet, but a bunch of smaller devices like headphones, smartwatches, and AR glasses, all of which will bring technology that much closer to our bodies. Health. I think we all can agree that when we think of Apple, we think of the iPhone, Mac, and AirPods, all of which is technology. And why wouldn't we? Apple is the most influential technology company in the history of forever. However, Apple CEO Tim Cook has something completely different to say. If you zoom out into the future and you look back and you ask the question, what was Apple's greatest contribution to mankind? It will be about health. As is clear from this interview, Apple has its eyes set on health, and they have made more progress than most of us probably realize. And with wearables getting more common, health monitoring and diagnosis will obviously get much easier via these technologies. Even right now, Apple has multiple health studies going on with Apple Watch users, from heart health, genealogical health, and hearing. And with the newly introduced ECG, or electrocardiogram, built into the Apple Watch, noting heart health and irregularities has gotten easier. In fact, quite recently, a German patient's Apple Watch noticed irregularities in her heartbeat and, using Apple's special programming, detected a potentially fatal disease known as myocardial ischemia, which even the hospital ECG was unable to pick up. It's not limited to that either. With Apple's self-care and exercising programs getting better, there have been rumors that Apple might acquire Peloton, a new company that specializes in home workouts. So, all in all, expect that in the future, technology and body health will be more interlinked than you might expect. Ambient computing. Last but certainly not the least, we have what appears to be Apple's, and as a result, technology's main direction for the future, and that's in the form of ambient computing. Let me explain. For many years now, and even today, the way we interact with technology is centered around our devices, a phone, tablet, or laptop that we individually use to do stuff. However, according to a growing number of tech analysts, the future will be quite different, where instead of my phone doing stuff that I ask it to do, and my watch and iPad doing other things and stuff like car navigation screens and smart home technology all acting as individual machines in a network, we will have one AI-powered central system for which all of our other devices will act as ports. This is an extension of the wearable technology we mentioned earlier, where the Siri in my HomePod and the Apple Maps in my car and my AirPods, as well as Apple Watch, all will act as parts of one computer that, instead of me interacting with each, which takes up a lot of my attention, will act along with each other to create one connected system. The apps and music on my iPad will immediately be ported over to my car, and the navigation of my Apple Watch will alert my smart home technology, which in turn will detect my schedule and fire up my smart TV or workstation, which will be suitable. And all of these will be assisted with AI, one of the fastest growing sectors in technology, and one Apple and all big tech companies are invested in. This future of underlying computing instead of direct computers and devices is what awaits us in the future, at least if Apple keeps going as is. And with their sales and continuously growing user base, seems to be the case. Well guys, that was our idea of what the future will hold because of Apple. What do you guys think? Do you think it's exciting? Or should we be worried? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos just like this. And with that done, it's time to wrap up the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.